Hi, this is What You Waiting For? And I just wanted to go over a little bit about, of course, everybody knows I go scout camping, especially with Girl Scouts. And I always tell them to bring, it's called a dunk bag or a ditty bag, or uh, what it is a little mesh bag that they can put their mess kit in. And after they're finished washing the dishes, we dunk them in hot water and take them and put them up on a line to dry, and it keeps them out of the way. It keeps them clean, and it also keeps them a little bit more sanitary because they air dry. So most scouts know about that, but this is just a couple things, just tips that we have when we use these. First of all, we always used to put this up with the clothespins, and we still do for the younger kids. We have younger kids all the way up to high school, but the younger kids still do it with a clothespin, but it takes up a lot of space in your pack to bring that many clothespins. So what we started doing, and they still use clothespins once in a while because if they wash out their bandana and hang it up to dry, uh, but we started asking the kids to bring a safety pin, and we put the safety pin up on the line. Well, some of them, if they bring them little ones, it wouldn't fit. So what I did was actually went to a garage sale and I found these for a quarter. And they were 12 of them for a quarter. And what they are is actually, oops, they are shower curtain holders, old fashioned. We don't use these for the little kids because they do have to have the dexterity to open them, and they want to make sure that they don't get pinched here. But the older kids, they're pretty good. And what it is, it sort of reminds me of a very, very cheap carabiner. And they can use it, attach their water bottle that have clips to the backpack. Anything that you use a carabiner for, you can pretty much use this, except it won't, hold that much weight. But these were really handy, and they slide nicely on the line. And we got 12 of them for a quarter. So, when you're at the garage sales or if you have something around the house, think of another use for these because it's a pretty neat little thing, to be able to put them off, and all of them can be attached together, and they probably take up as much space as maybe two clothespins. And there's 12 of them here. So I thought that was a pretty, neat, useful little thing if you can find them. Another thing that we do is when we had the rope there, we always had the kids hanging themselves pretty much when they were eating or before we hung these up. It was just an empty clothesline. So what we used to do is get this tape, and this one's bright pink, and what it is tape that they have for staking. They stake out properties and stuff. They can cut these off. They're like little flags, plastic. And we've been cutting these off and putting them on the lines, probably about every foot or so, and it's real nice and bright and colorful. And you won't have those kids running through and hanging themselves on the clothesline. We also use it for the tent because on here we have one tent where when we put the rain fly on, the stakes and the rope goes way off. So at night, when the kids get up and go to the restroom or something, it's hard for them to see them. And we've had many people stumble and get a sprained ankle because they fell over it. We just take this off and cut a good piece, tie it on there, and it gives it more visibility at night, especially when a flashlight hits it. We also use it if we need to mark a, a trail or something that we want the kids to follow. Just make sure you go get it back up because I don't think this is biodegradable. It also can be used, it's pretty strong, so it probably can be used to tie up something if you had to. I wouldn't do it for a tent or anything, but just to tie something, up that you needed to. So there's a lot of uses for this. We've also used it when we played games as finish lines, starting points. So it was a couple dollars, and we've really used this a lot. and it was just a couple ideas. Just keep thinking about what you can use other things for when you go camping, and just remember that safety is a very important thing, especially when you're dealing with kids, especially young kids. So it might, if you go camping with younger kids, just take one of these, and you might find more uses for it. You know, things that you might want to mark the ropes and everything, because the kids do have a tendency to run right into it, and they're just the perfect height where if they hit some of those ropes, it'll hit them right in the neck, especially when they're running around playing. They're looking down at the ground. They're not really paying attention where they're going because they're looking for bugs and everything else. So that's just an idea, and I'll talk to you later. And what you waiting for?